Okay, it's currently February 23rd, 2021, and it is 10:38 p.m. Now, just came across my phone that Trump Accountability Project actually wants people that voted for Trump to be killed. So I decided to take a little look into things. Now, what I found was very interesting. Now, the guy's name, Harry Savugan, and he's supposedly a lawyer. He was born in India. His family came here in 1977. Supposedly was a teacher. Now, that became a lawyer. He supposedly worked at IS 143 Eleanor Roosevelt Intermediate School, Washington Heights, New York City. Then he went to go work for supposedly Neil Gerber and Eisenberg. He worked there for 2 years. This is what they deal with mainly. Okay, so look that up. Also, there's a 3-year gap between a school teacher and this job here. Now, this man supposedly received his JD at Northwestern University, 2001. He supposedly received the University of Illinois at Urbana in political science. Now, none of this gives him anything to become a school teacher, and that's actually what piqued my interest. So, I went and I checked. Oh, and he also works as a secretary for the DNC. I also went now and checked Illinois law licenses. Just because you have a degree does not mean that you are allowed to practice law. Also, something very interesting. This guy here, Harry Savugan, was also the spokesperson for President Obama. So he worked in the White House. Another interesting thing about this guy is he's a grassroots person. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. So I went over to Illinois law license and typed in the last name. Now, does this look like this? No. He was licensed November 8th, 2001, and he currently does not have any more license anymore, law license. So he can't practice. Now, what's really interesting is a lot of these, and by the way, this was done today, as you can see. So, a lot of these grassroots people are liars. Straight up. They are not what they're supposed to be. And let me tell you why this is important. Because this guy, Harry, started a company called 270 Strategies. It was founded in 2013. What they basically do is they send their grassroots workers out into companies and they infiltrate the companies. Excuse me. And basically destroying the company if they don't think it's worthy to stand. Now, there was, at OCC, there was a guy named Peter Tisel, Tisl, was working there. He was working computer information, something like that. He was a medical doctor. Supposedly went to school to be a medical doctor. Well, you look it up, so where his license? And he had no license, no medical license. Associated with this group of people right here. Liars. They're all liars. And let me tell you something else. When I worked for People Inc., one of the guys well, there's actually more than one of them I found, but the one that was working on the executive board, name of Bowles, Bowles. You go and you look up his education. He went to an all-girl college. He's nothing more than an English major. Again, all these grassroots people, and he's running a medical company, home health. He's running a medical company. Oh, liars. This guy here was in the White House with our president. This guy stole this guy's identity. And this guy here is the one that's telling everybody to go around and kill anybody that voted for President Trump. Trump Accountability Project. Now, where did I get this information about him? Came off of two things: Wikipedia and the Trump Accountability Project, and also 270 strategies, and also Illinois database for law licenses. Took me all half an hour to figure it out. Liars. That's what these people are. Another one that happened, Kanika Jenkins, Andrew Holmes. He's a crisis responder. He's not an FBI agent. He does not work with the FBI. He lied to the FBI and said he was the head of a detective agency's charity organization. Nope. If you look in the background pictures of him where he was with Teresa Martin, he's wearing a shirt. Go and start reading on the accounts, the newspaper accounts. Now that woman that was in Indianapolis that died, he said his daughter. She actually died in a car accident, not from a gunshot. And I can't confirm whether or not that is actually his daughter or not. So, but this guy seems to be showing up at a lot of murder scenes. Police are not calling him in. Like I said, these people are grassroots people, and they're nothing but liars. And they have destroyed this country. Oh, and by the way, this guy here said that GLAAD, which takes care of LGBTQ, are only taking care of people of color. That's not GLAAD. No. That's this guy. Yep. So, do not believe about what you're reading from him about GLAAD, because it is not true. They are not only representing people of color. They represent all LGBTQ people. And how do I know this? Because I helped the LGBTQ people. I taught them how to fight the government to get their rights. And they did it. They did exactly what they were supposed to. And they won. Yeah. Whoa. So, I know all about GLAAD. I do not belong to that group. I can't fight for the rights for that group because I don't belong to it. But I do know about it. And to the companies out there, you need to be very careful about who you're hiring. And you need to start doing background checks, real background checks.